Wrath of the Lich King Classic just announced for 2022. With that in mind, let's dive into what is new in Wrath Classic. First off, we have Death Knights, the first hero class in World of Warcraft. Death Knights are absolutely insane at pumping damage, and they're amazing tanks as well. Everybody that plays Wrath Classic is going to want a Death Knight. Of course, we have a brand new questing zone. Northrend is absolutely gorgeous. I just love the snow theme. It is fantastic. Moving on to balancing, Blizzard pulled out all the stops to make every class in Spec as viable as possible. They really did such a good job with the balancing here. There really isn't a spec that feels underwhelming. Everybody has more unique, interesting rotations. Specs like Boomkin and Feral Druid feel really powerful, really unique to play. Every tank has something they excel at, certain fights they'll do better at. Every healer has unique fights that they'll excel at as well. Everybody has a role to play, and that feels amazing. Of course, there's also brand new raids, some of the best in WoW history. We have Ulduar, many consider this to be the greatest raid of all time. And of course, the legendary Ice Crown Citadel, fighting the Lich King himself. It doesn't get any better than that. There's also not one, but two separate legendaries, Valanir for healers, and the incredible Shadowmourne as well for big pumper DPS. These legendaries alone are enough reason to play Wrath Classic. They're going to be insane. Meanwhile, in arenas, the balancing builds really nicely off of TBC. A lot of the issues in TBC are fixed in Wrath. That being said, there are some balancing issues with racials, particularly every man for himself for human, that need to be looked at. I have an upcoming Wrath changes video coming later this week, and if you want to see that video right when it comes out, hit that notification bell to be notified when I next upload. This is also the expansion when completionism really comes into its own. Achievements make all of the content in Classic, TBC, and Wrath feel super relevant and viable. Everybody is going to want to max out their achievements. It's going to be so much fun. Ultimately, this is an expansion with something for everybody. If you love raiding, you're going to love some of the best raids in WoW history like Ulduar and Ice Crown Citadel, even revisiting the legendary Nax Ramas. Meanwhile, balancing is done in an extremely intelligent way to make every class and spec as viable and fun as possible. If you love PvP, you'll love the top-notch arena balancing that really builds off of the limitations of TBC and fixes up a lot of holes. Alright, so I want to know what you guys are going to be playing in Wrath Classic. Do you think it's worth playing? Personally, I'm really excited for Wrath. It's one of my favorite expansions ever, and I believe it's the most balanced WoW expansion ever. If you like this video, make sure to check out my Wrath of the Lich King top 15 DPS list. It's going to tell you all the biggest pumpers in Wrath of the Lich King Classic.